Hello students, welcome again. So today we are going to see some few more tricks of equation of motion. So in the last class we did discuss some question on vertical motion based on equation of motion, especially the second one, h equal to ut plus half at square. And I would like to discuss this question in which a body is thrown up with a velocity of 20 meter per second, and you have to find time t at which the height attained is 10 meter. That means definitely when it is going up, if it is going up, it will attain a height of 10 meter. So I am looking for that height of 10 meter. Okay. So at what time it is going to attain a height of 10 meters. So if I use this equation over here, h equals to ut vector minus half g t square, I will put h is upward, so it has gone up from this is the starting point from the ground, it has gone up. So I will write here as 100, this is 100 meter, equals to u, initial velocity is thrown up, so that is equal to 20 into t minus half into 10 into t square, and this will give you 100 equals to 20t minus 5t square, and that will be equal to 5t square minus 20t plus 100 equals to 0. 5 is common here, so you will get t square minus 4t plus 20 equals to 0. And if you solve this, you will get 2 times over here, t1 and t2. The t1 will be equal to 2 minus 2 root 2, and t2 will be equal to 2 plus root 2. Sorry, it's 2 minus root 2 and 2 plus root 2. These are the two answers which you will get from solving this quadratic equation. And if you see these two times, both the times are positive times. 2 minus root 2 is positive time because root 2 is 1.414. This is obviously looking for positive. So these two are positive, that means both the times are acceptable. Now that means for one question I have two answers. What does it mean? It means that the thing which I am looking for is happening twice in the question. What does it mean? It means I am looking for a height of 100 meter at some time. Now that 100 meter, remember this equation when we started with, we said that h is displacement. Now when it is going up, it is crossing a height of 100 meter. Now when it is coming back, it is again crossing a displacement of 100 meter. Correct? Because displacement means initial position and final position. So whether the body is here while going up or whether the body is here while coming down, from the initial position to the final position, this displacement remains same, 100 meter. So while going up, it crosses a height of 100 meter, while coming down, it crosses a height of 100 meter. So these two events are happening at two different instant of time, and the two different instant of times are this one. The smaller time is the time when it is going up, and the larger time is the time when it is coming back. So if I draw this diagram over here, so this is time t1, that is when it is going up, this is time t1, and this is time t2. Okay, and in both the cases it is attaining a displacement of or height of 100 meter. So here, from here I can have many more things, and two of them are very important here. Suppose if somebody asks you what is the time interval between these two events, and the event is appearing at the height of 100 meter. So object appears at a height of 100 meter here for the first time, then it appears again after some time. So what is the time duration between these two events? So that time duration I can find as t2 minus t1. That means this minus this, I will get time difference between appearance of these two events. Okay. Second one is, if from here to here, if it takes time t1, and then from here to here it takes time t2, then I can say that if it is crossing this point with some velocity v, while coming back, this velocity will be also same, because this is a class 9 concept over here, that if you throw something up with a velocity of u, it comes back with a velocity of u. If it is crossing this point with a velocity of v1, while coming back, it will again cross with the same height with a velocity of v1. If it is crossing this point with a velocity of v2, it will cross this point again with a velocity of v2. So if this is crossing with a velocity of v, it is crossing with the same velocity of v. What I mean to say here is, if this time is t1, this time will be also t1. Okay? So what's the total time of flight? Now from here to here is t2, and from here to here time is t1. Exactly same as that it have taken from here to here. So time of flight will be equal to t2 plus t2 plus t1. That means if I add these two, I get the time. And when I do that using these two, I will get 2 minus root 2, 2 plus root 8 is equal to 4 seconds. That also we get the answer right away. Okay. How will you get directly this answer? Now, if you do remember that when a quadratic equation is given to you, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, there is a rule that which says that if alpha and beta are two roots, then alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. There is a rule here which says alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. Okay. Now if I just showing here that this is a trick. So if I consider here also that if t1 and t2 are two roots, then t1 plus t2, that is the time of flight, will be equal to. Now we know that 4 seconds, but let us try to get the answer. What is b by a? Minus b by a. So the b is coefficient of x. What is coefficient of t here? Minus 4. So minus of minus 4 by a. What is coefficient of x square? Coefficient of x square is a. So coefficient of x is, there is t square is 1 here. So it's 1. So we get right away the answer here as time of flight. You don't have to solve further also. It's just t equal to plus 4, right away you get the answer. If you can, these things you need to understand as a tricks. Okay, if you have not understood, if you have understood this, okay, no problem. Still you are in. The second thing which I want to focus now, because this is just for the information based on which you will do some questions, is the concept of velocity gain due to inertia. Now, everybody might have told you in class 9 that you are not supposed to jump out of a moving bus because there is something called velocity due to inertia. When you move out, when you jump from a moving object, you basically gain the velocity of that object. So from the bus, if you are not supposed to jump out, that means why? Reason is the bus has some velocity. So when you are coming out from the bus, you also gain the same amount of velocity. So your velocity becomes more than what you expect. So velocity is gained due to inertia, not acceleration. Acceleration is not gained due to inertia. Okay. When you jump out of a moving car and the car is accelerating and has some velocity also, you gain the velocity. You don't gain the acceleration. So velocity gained due to inertia. Okay. What does it mean? It means that suppose if a body is moving up like this, let us say a platform can be a lift, it can be a balloon, and this platform has a velocity of, let us say, v, and an object is released from here. So when this body is released in air, from here in air, so suppose somebody just take out the hand. Suppose I am sitting on the platform, I just took out my hand over here. Okay, this is my hand, and then I just release the ball over here. So when I release the ball will gain the velocity of v. So for me, for my friend standing over here, this block will slightly go up and then come down. So if this is happening at a height of h, I know how to write the equation. The only new thing which you are learning is this, that the velocity here, though I am releasing it from the platform, but remember the body has already gained a velocity because it has been released from a moving platform. So the first thing which you have to do in this type of question is you have to provide a velocity to the ball or the object in the same direction as of the moving platform. If the platform is moving up, you have to also provide a velocity in the upward direction. And from here we know how to write the equation. So this is my initial point, it comes back over here, displacement is minus h, initial velocity is v times minus half g t square. This we know, we have learned this in the previous class over here, that from here to here the displacement is downward. From here to here displacement is downward, it is the height. Initial velocity becomes v, the velocity of the platform. So I will write here the velocity p. P stands for velocity of the platform, becomes the initial velocity. Okay, and just imagine if the platform is moving down, just think of that also. If the platform is moving down like this, if it is moving down and then let us say I want to drop an object over here, so I just took out my hand again over here and then I dropped the object over here as v. So initial velocity here again, if this is happening at a height of h, so this is minus h because it is going to displace from up to down. It means from here to here is downward displacement. This is the initial point, this is the final point. So minus h will be equal to minus vt because the velocity will be in the downward direction. Minus vt minus half g t square. This we have done in the previous class. See, if you are not making yourself update with the previous classes, the future classes will become more difficult and difficult. So it's very important that you update yourself with all the previous classes, especially the prep which I am going to give you. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Okay, now let us consider this trick over here. There is one more here in this question. Just imagine over here that say that you have a platform which is lying on the ground. Okay, this is the ground, which is lying on the ground, and is lying on the ground. So initial velocity of the platform is 0. Now suddenly this platform starts moving up with an acceleration of 2 meter per second square. The question is, after 2 seconds a body is released. Where it is released? After 2 seconds a body is released. That means there is a body which is going up with an acceleration of 2 meter per second, and this body is going to be released in the future. Future, how much time? After how much time? After time of 2 seconds. That means definitely this platform is not here at 2 seconds. The platform is somewhere here after time 2 seconds. So this is time t is equal to 2 seconds. This is time t is equal to 0. So definitely by this time it should have acquired some velocity v, and that v will be equal to root over not root over of u plus at. Now initial velocity is 0, acceleration is 2, time is 2, so that becomes equals to 4 meter per second. And how high it has gone up? So h will be equal to initial velocity is 0, 0 into t plus half at square. So that is equal to half. A is 2 into t square is 2 square, and that is equal to 4 meter. This 2 and this 2 will get cancelled out. So acceleration is 2 meter per second, initial velocity is 0. So I have found two things with the data given to me. I found at what height the body is at time t equal to 2 seconds, and at that instant of time t equal to 2 seconds, what is its velocity. So I am using the first equation of motion, v equal to u plus at. Initial velocity is 0 and h equal to ut plus half at square, and initial velocity is 0. So what I have understood? I have understood one thing, that the ball which is now supposed to be released from the moving platform is being released at a height of 4 meter. And at the time of releasing it, the platform has a velocity of 4 meter per second. That means this ball upon releasing is having a velocity of 4 meter per second. And once it is released, it will slightly go up and then come down under gravity. So now for this ball, for which we have to find how much time it will take to reach the ground. Now this ball, after getting detached from the platform, is moving under gravity. So that is h will be equal to ut plus minus half g t square, because this is moving under gravity now. So h is how much? So this is my initial point, this is my final point. H is minus 4. So minus 4 equals to ut, initial velocity of the ball, is 4 meter per second. So 4 into time t minus half g is 10 into t square. And now I will solve this for the value of time. In this case, you will get one as positive root, other is negative root. Positive root is your answer. Then I want to discuss one more type of question, that is called overtaking problem. The problem in which overtaking takes place. It's a very simple problem. In overtaking problem, let us say I have a situation over here that this is car A and this is car B. So this is car B and this is car A. Car A is moving with a uniform speed of 50 meters per second. When the question says uniform speed, it means, if the question says uniform, that means your acceleration is 0 for car A. And when the car A is ahead of car B by 20 meters, and at that instant the initial velocity of car B is 20 meters per second, and it is accelerating also at a rate of 2 meters per second square. Okay, so this is one of the instant at which car A is ahead of B. Car A is having 50 meters per second, car B is having 20 meters per second as velocity, and acceleration is 2 meters per second square. So question is, after how much time B will overtake A? So A will continue to move in the forward direction, B is accelerating, so it will also meet him at 1 instead of time. So by the time car A reaches here, let us say car B also reaches here, this is called the time of overtake. Now let us say car A travels a distance of x, that means car B has to travel a distance of 20 plus x. So if A travels x, B will travel 20 plus x. So what is x? Distance equals to acceleration is 0. Always use this formula. Since it's moving in a straight path, if it is moving in a straight path, your distance and displacement will remain same. As I have told you earlier also, so long it is moving in a straight path, your distance and displacements are same. So if you remember this formula, s equal to ut plus half at square. Now you apply here for the car A. Car A distance is x. So this is your x, initial velocity is 50 multiplied by time t. Acceleration term is 0. Acceleration term is 0. So half into 0 into t square, whatever it is, this whole thing becomes 0. What about car B? Car B has traveled a distance of 20 plus x. 20 plus x equals to ut. What is initial velocity? 20. So 20 into time t plus half at square. Half a. What is a? A is 2 into 2 into t square. And now you have two equations. So you have to basically put the value of x from one equation to the second equation. Then you get a big equation. Start simplifying it. You get a quadratic equation. For example, if I simplify this equation, if I put the value of x over here, this I will get as 20 plus 50t equals to 20t plus 2 gets cancelled out, so it becomes t square. So I am putting the value of x as 50t over here. So if I take this term on that side, I will have t square. This 50 will go on that side, becomes minus 50t. So plus 20t minus 50t minus 20 equals to 0. So this will become t square minus 30t minus 20 equals to 0. Yes. And then we can solve this for time t. And then we have to analyze the results. Basically, we are looking for positive time. The positive time is your answer. So like this, some questions will be mentioned to you in the prep. Please do it and do the same thing on the very same day. This will benefit you only. Thank you for watching.